John, how do you think people with a lived experience of spinal cord injury can appreciate the value and benefit of being involved in research?
So there's a few different angles we could take on that question. Being a research participant or a research subject can certainly add value to your life. I've participated in dozens of research studies, probably getting up to 100 now, and they really do help you to better understand your body and how you deal with spinal cord injury, and gives you access to some of the brightest minds that are working and trying to improve lives of people with spinal cord injury. So you get access to some of the brightest people, you get to learn more about the latest developments in managing some of the issues of dealing with spinal cord injury, and sometimes you get to try out some pretty cool stuff like new exoskeletons. On the other side of that coin, when we talk about people with lived experience being partners in the research process in an integrated knowledge translation model, this gives you an opportunity to help shape the future of research, to help define questions that matter to you and matter to your peers, so that you can make research better, not just for the researchers, but for you as well.
Because the next question is, how might it benefit them?
Oh, well, I think we
just
kind of answered that a little bit. Yeah, research makes things better. Things don't happen on their own. Maybe I don't know how relevant this will be to Australia. Let's translate it maybe into a cricket match. So if you're playing out in the field in cricket and the ball gets hit and starts coming towards you, you're just going to stand there and wait for it to get to you? No, your coach will have your ear for that. You run towards that ball and get there faster. That's the whole point of being involved in research. You can sit back on your couch and eat hot dogs all day and wait for something to come to you, or you can get up and start wheeling towards it.
And that's a really good point, because I think you raised a good point that I haven't been involved in research. So how does someone like me get involved in the research process?
Well, probably the easiest way is to sign up for a research study. There are tons of amazing research organizations around the world and in Australia. I can't think of any off the top of my head. We've got SRI here, obviously. Yeah. If you look on their websites, often they're recruiting. You can go to websites like clinicaltrials.gov, and we're soon to be launching a new tool called scitrials.org, and you can go there and you can start looking for trials that suit what you want to learn more about or be involved in. There's a whole host, from doing simple non-invasive stuff like surveys to more invasive stuff where maybe testing out new medications and drugs, or like I said, cool new technologies like new wheelchairs or new exoskeletons, a wide variety. And sign up for a study or two and get to learn a little bit about what it's like to be a research participant, and get to know the people that are doing that research, and get to understand those research processes. And the more you start to understand that, and the more you get involved, and the more you get connected, you can share your contact details with them and they can contact you about future studies, or maybe you might have some suggestions about the study they're currently doing and how they might be able to make it better.
Yeah. Oh, look, you've inspired me to get involved in the research process. Both of you have, because you've both been involved in it, and I haven't. But just talking to you, just the penny drops as to how important it is that we actually not only get involved in the process, but actually own the process, own its co-design, own its outcomes, and then from that, do the next study and the next study. So there's constant progression. And being an old cricketer, I can relate to your analogy that you're right. I can't wait for someone to knock on my door and say, I'm here to do research. You actually got to go and knock on their door and say, hey, look, I'm here. Do you need my help? And I think if you take that proactive approach, it's not unlike business or lifestyle or anything, you're probably going to get a win-win situation out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure just talking about it and exploring this subject.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Lynn.